last year was just the beginning. Just a spark. This year, we want to fuel the fire. Create more than a spark. We face our challenges, but like a fire, you have to stay persistent and keep building the fire. You got to believe. A champion is somebody who believes in themselves. A champion is somebody who puts in the time. A champion is somebody who can raise the level of the teammates around them.
Despite the snow and freezing temperatures, our team is ready and excited to start the 2016 season. Although the season is just underway, our preparation started 6 months ago, before the sun even rose.
Come on, Brock.
Well, for me, the fall was great. I think the team looks really good. I'm really pleased with all of our pitchers and our hitters and guys just taking steps forward, and really got me excited for the year.
But we've got a group of pitchers now that are strong, that are confident, that are really pitching well, and that will certainly help this ball club. The improvement that we made on the mound from fall to the Dominican Republic to now has been pretty awesome.
I feel like I'll be ready in time. It was just more of, coming together as a team, just getting the young guys used to it. Just being out there every day with your brothers, it definitely builds a bond, and even more so as you get closer to the season. For me personally, it's not, a lot of adjustments here and there. It's more of leading and more of getting the guys, ready.
You look at the guys around you, you look at the talent that we have, and you look at the abilities that everybody brings to the table, and you just kind of get excited because you know that this is a team and that can do some damage and get some national recognition.
I think they're gritty. I mean, I think these guys have something to prove. You know, they took a step back last year and they were hurt by that. They have high expectations for themselves. Forget about my own expectations for them. They have their own. That makes it better.
It's going to be a fun year for us.
With all the hard work and hours put in during the fall, we are poised to make a run at a Mid-American Conference Championship.
Joining us on the hot corner, first baseman for the Ball State baseball team, Caleb Stayton, a junior. Caleb, you've been on the Ball State team for 3 years now, but what's this year compared to last year?
Well, Mick, I've been on many teams before, but this team is just a whole new level of brotherhood.
A true brotherhood sets a standard. I mean, they have a standard of how we do business, so it comes down from the head coach to the players, and then everybody buys in. A brotherhood is a togetherness, that when they go to battle, that if one brother's slipping, then the other brother's going to pick them up. And to me, that's what a brotherhood is.
For me, brotherhood is trusting the guy next to you, knowing that he's going to do anything for you, you're going to do anything for him, and that no matter where you are in the world, no matter what your circumstance is, no matter how many years down the road, but that guy's going to be there for you, and that he's going to take care of you and you're going to take care of him.
We've been kind of waiting for this season to come because our freshman class, who was a big part of our 2014 MAC championship, they're juniors now. And they're stronger, they're more mature, they're better. And so, and they're hungry. I mean, after what happened to us last year and falling short of what our goals were, I think everybody's vision is pretty tight on what we want to do.
The expectation is that we're going to get to the NCAA tournament this year and get to regional and make things happen on that level, where Ball State's only been there once before. And to be a part of a team that does that is already, you're putting up there with the best Ball State teams in history. And that's something that I want to be a part of, and I know that everybody else does.
They've made a tremendous leap forward, and we've got a group of pitchers now that are strong, that are confident, that are really pitching well, and that will certainly help this ball club. The bar for themselves have been set pretty high.
I think we're more hungry, and I think coming off our freshman year, we won the MAC championship as freshmen, and I think we didn't necessarily think it was going to be given to us as sophomores, but we didn't realize how hard it was going to be to repeat. And I think after last year, we kind of realized, we got to earn everything that we want, and if we want to win, then we're going to have to earn it. And I think we're a lot more focused, and the energy's a lot better, and we're a lot more hungry.
The team goal is, it's straight and narrow. It's, we're going to win the MAC, and we're going to go to a regional, and we're going to hopefully win that regional. And so, nothing less than that. We've put the work in, and now it's just time to go play. We're a very veteran team, and we know our roles. And I think out of all the adversity we dealt with last year, I think it prepared us for this year. I think I'm most excited to just start playing and being a senior, you kind of reflect back on how it's been, and you want to go out with a bang. And you've played that way for the seniors in the past, so now that I am a senior, I know how it feels, and I just think, I think we have a lot to prove this year. I think if we do what we're supposed to do, we'll have a great season.
One key factor in the overall success of our team will be our junior shortstop, Alex Maloney. His road to Ball State has unique family ties.
He wants to win in the worst way.
He came out pretty feisty.
When he's on your side, he's all in for the team.
You know, I feel like I've improved it quite a bit as a player, coming from a little freshman, you know, weighing 170, 165 coming in. Now I'm at 190, building more weight, putting more weight and muscle on. I think getting stronger, faster, hitting the ball farther, being more consistent in the field, more arm strength. I think there's quite a few things that I've improved on my game, but the biggest thing I think is at the plate, just having a better approach and hitting for more power.
You know, Alex is a very competitive person, and you know, the first 2 years the first year he battled a little bit of inconsistency. Last year he battled this finger injury that he played with the whole year. Quite frankly, a lot of guys wouldn't have played.
The more I play, I think the better I get. I think every time I go out there, I learn something new. You know, it's never the same. So I think I've played over 100 games here, I think, at Ball State. So in the 2 years, and looking for another 60 games this spring. So I'm learning more.
Well, it's still the same. I mean, you still got to be the same as anybody else. You got to produce to play, and you got to help the team win. So, you know, he's not getting any different kind of a treatment, that's for sure.
I'm gonna look to him as on the field, not around the guys. Anything else, he's just a coach. I don't even think about him being my father.
It's really difficult for somebody to play under their dad, and when you're at this level, you're in the microscope. And so he struggled last year. One of the things I was most proud of is, like, last year he started off in a really bad funk, and he just worked his way through it. He's never lacked for confidence, even when things weren't going well for him. He always believed that he could do that. And I think from a dad standpoint, you want your kids to have confidence. And I think he has confidence. The interesting thing was he had this dream that he was going to go play for me at Michigan. And so he had been practicing with those guys ever since he was 13.
He wanted to know if I wanted to play at Michigan for him when he was at Michigan, and you know, we talked about it. Academically wise, I didn't think that was the best fit for me, so I was probably not going to stay with him at Michigan. I was going to go somewhere else.
When the Michigan thing ended and the Ball State thing came about,
I would like to welcome the Maloney family back to Muncie, and it's an honor and a privilege, Rich, to have you back as part of the family.
I have a lot of thank yous, obviously. It's a special moment for me and my family to come back to Muncie. This was a great place for us the first go around, and I'm sure it'll be a greater place this go around.
In the beginning, Alex, when we were coming back here, it felt a little awkward, you know, like, oh, here we come back again. And, you know, we're actually in the same neighborhood where we were the first time, and the same church, which we love, and, you know, our friends are obviously the same.
Once he took the Ball State job, we thought that that Ball State was one of the better fits for me. I saw the other kids in the class that he had, and I was like, we can win a lot of championships here.
When Alex gets a good hit, sometimes he'll like look at me, and you can just tell. It's like at that moment, it's not like a coach and a wife. It's kind of like dad and mom.
You know, my dad's always played a huge role in my life. He's the best father you can really ask for. He's always been there for me. He's developed me. He's pushed me. He's made me the player I am today and the person I am. And yeah, he's always been there. So he's Rich Maloney. So. For the first time in program history, our team had the opportunity to travel out of the country. During Thanksgiving break, we departed Muncie and headed to the Dominican Republic. The trip was a chance of a lifetime and impacted everybody's lives.
Lo vamos a dividir. Oigan, ustedes.
Changed my experience of how I look at life.
I think in a big way, because you know, it makes me feel how fortunate we really are. How much, like, you know, we might not have the best looking shoes on, we might not have the best clothes, but at least we have clothes. I mean, there's some kids there in the Dominican Republic who are just running around, no shoes, no socks, heck, not even any shirts or hats or anything on. And we're just privileged to even have, you know, 30 shirts in our drawer, 20 pairs of shorts, 15 pairs of socks. So we're just really thankful. I think that's something that changed a lot of our eyes here on the team.
We're all used to being with our family, and the flip side of it is, I don't think any of the kids would have traded that experience for anything. So, to me, that was real living, and what a incredible experience that Ball State provided for our ball club.
Every day you learn something in the game of baseball. Every day, it's a different ball game.
The word for this week is energy. Energy. Let's play with energy. Everything we do. Come on, let's go. Here we go. Talk it up. Woo!
There we go, James.
From a pitching standpoint, Brendan Burns was phenomenal. That's the best he's ever pitched in his life, I'm sure. And to see that was so gratifying.
The Mets put together a great meal for us. That was probably the best meal I had. Just kind of hard being away from family for the first time. I grew up in a big family. I'm one of 6 kids. So not being around my family was hard, but then I was around my family of brothers, so that kind of helped out quite a bit.
Helping to feed a sugarcane village for an evening, interact with a whole different culture, to be able to be a part of an orphanage experience where there's 200 kids in an orphanage that, you know, these kids are there until they're 18. They can't get adopted, they're locked into that community. And for our kids to see that, to be able to play with those kids and to really take a look inside of themselves and feel how fortunate they have things, it's pretty special.
Uh-oh. Go, baby, go! Hey! My man! My man!
Some of them just wearing like tennis shoes, some of them not even wearing shoes, some of them wearing sandals and playing the game and smiling and swinging and throwing. And I mean, that's what baseball is all about, just smiling and having a good time.
Hey! Hey, look up here, up here!
Uno, dos, tres! Ah!
We were playing in this big stadium, and it wasn't really my day to pitch. Kind of going back and forth from the dugout to the bullpen. And I was like, you know, Andrew Carantini, our manager, had it on his hat, and I was like, hey, let me get that for a little bit. Let me have some fun with it. So, you know, I like to talk, as you can kind of tell. I kind of talk quite a bit. Went down to the bullpen, started introducing some of the guys. I got Evan, I got Burns here. Kind of did a little handshake with some of the guys. The bullpen squadding up down here. Dave, Nate, Hindu. We got it. Whitfield. We got over here Big Ev, 44, Burnsy boy. And then my boy G Baby. Yeah. Boss mover. What's up, Paul? Oh yeah, it's recording. Sports links. Hollywood is Harmon. 5th year Simon. Los guantes. Guantes. Thank you. Boy. Ryan, baby. Let me get one. Also.
to be able to have 10 extra practices, to be able to play some really solid competition, playing another team with a different uniform on. To do that prior to our season, I think, is most beneficial.
It was awesome. I mean, those guys, they're talented. Playing the professional team was pretty cool.
The game that stuck out to me the most was the game we played, the Naval team. You know, it was a game that was playing, and I've seen backyards nicer than the field we were playing at, you know. And just those guys didn't care though. For them it was a World Series. You know, they got to play a game against some American guys. I knew we'd be seeing good competition, some live arms. So I was pretty excited to see, you know, that it went well down there and that some of the things I've been working on up to the plate were successful.
After game day, we got to relax and drink some coconut milk. For some people, let's just say their experience was better than others.
No shot.
I know we kept making noises out of the dugout, and they'd start laughing, or they'd do the same, and we'd laugh. But the umpires, they knew what I was asking, so I mean they could understand like outside, low, high, whatever. So it wasn't too bad, but you just couldn't hold a typical conversation. You couldn't kind of get on his good side and joke around with him if he messed up to expand the zone. So I don't know, it just changed the way I caught it a little bit. So.
Personally, I hit a home run. I hit a home run against the Royals team, kind of a big home run in the game, and you know, that was fun. I was also playing second base that day, which was just something new for me.
Good game. Hey, good game. Good game.
Seeing how they live, seeing the little kids, how happy they were when we were delivering food, or just to see us, it was pretty special. I mean, it's definitely something that'll stick with me for the rest of my life. Being with the kids, hanging out with them, you could tell it really made their day.
Got a pip it. Outside of baseball, it was definitely going to orphanage and seeing those kids and being able to play with them and spend some time with them and give them that one-on-one attention that they don't really get a lot, or it's tough for them to get.
That's good. That's real good.
They didn't even play any big games. They just play backyard baseball. They play with each other just like me and you would play every single day. All right, 2, 1, 2, 3.
When you see how excited they are to see you come up because they know that they're going to be getting food or toothbrushes or anything like that, it's kind of different, you know, because for us, we don't get necessarily as excited when someone gives us a toothbrush or, you know, chicken, but for them, it's the whole world, so that was pretty powerful.
Here you go, buddy. Here you go, big man.
I think it brought us together a little bit closer. I think it kind of let everybody realize, you know, how lucky we are. Not only to live the lives we live, but to be able to take that trip as a team and bring us together and kind of let us know, you know, this is the year, we're for real this year.
In our first game of the year, we took on the number 5 ranked Oregon State Beavers. We jumped out to an early lead before the Beavers pulled ahead. A late game rally brought us back to within 1 run, but our rally fell short at the end and we lost 6-7. After 2 tough losses to Utah Valley and Utah, we bounced back with a 3-1 win over Utah Valley, behind a strong pitching performance from Kevin Marnin. On the next episode of Ball State Baseball Believe, watch as we head into the heart of SEC country. Learn about junior pitcher Zach Plesac, and meet one of sophomore pitcher Mitch Gibson's biggest fans. Ball State Baseball Believe 2016 is a production of Ball State SportsLink. Follow our team on Twitter at BallStateBB and catch every episode and feature this season by following at BSU SportsLink.